Hey, just give me a heads up. Chapter 7. It's only 4 pages long, so I'm only going to read today, chapter 7. The last two chapters are not much better than they're short chapters. I was stretching the book as long as I could just to get as many pages as I could out of it. Added 2 more races as usual. I think. Yeah, 2 more races to the book. You've seen one of them a long time ago. It's in my drawings. I could show it to you, but I'll do it afterwards. All right. Chapter 7. System K-112C. Von Try says is a default just beyond the outer limits of the small binary star system. Interesting. How many worlds? 3. Our target is the third and outer world as a system. Okay. So we take this slow and easy then, Stephen says, as they are well outside the system's magnetic field of the twin suns. You can see several of the clamshell vessels just out of the detection range of these vessels. Let me put a comma there. His fleet just out of detection range of these vessels. Rena, please put the fleet on standby alert. No guns active, but on standby if need be. Yes, sir. Hannah, standard patrol for all flights. Yes, sir. Sir, I have communication from the surface on screen. On the big overhead screen, a floating creature appears. Okay. It's the size. It's the size of a giant blue whale with a massive whale-sized human arm. Creature floating in its own fluids. We are the whale. We wish to speak with the leader of the fleet now standing on the edge of our system. The creature beams in their mind. And Fleet Admiral Stephen Spears of Planet Earth, Stephen says, nodding. We have heard of the defeat of our allies, the creature beams. The war lasted for generations here. We are willing to help both sides end this costly war. We seek peace with the dominant species here, the creature beams now. Can we please land on the surface? Uh-huh. There are several land masses where you can land and we can talk peace. We have creatures among our people who can walk on the surface and breathe the atmosphere. We shall land momentarily then. We shall wait your arrival, the creature beams. It's good enough, Commander. Stephen says as he stands on the rebel shuttle behind the pilot. Yes, sir, Lieutenant Commander Daniel Stone says, nodding. A Sapphire class rebel shuttle now zooms down through the clouds over a sea of dark blue ocean and a large, thin landmass just coming into view. He sees a large tent-like structure in the center of the island. Excuse me. Surrounded by a jungle of palm-like trees. The island reminds Stephen of Iwo Jima, but the south end of the pork-chop-shaped island is a pyramid-shaped structure that is flat for 2/3 of the way up its height. Okay, change that. Sorry. That is flat, 2/3 of the way up. It's up its height. With a set of stairs at the north end facing the tent-like structure at the center of the island. Land us along the beach side close to that structure, Steven says. Yes, sir, Stone says, nodding as the shuttle zooms down and lands vertically on the beach just out of the surf. But as they settle down, the rear loading ramp slides out and drops into the end one and drops into the sand. Stephen walks down the ramp and up the beach into the jungle interior towards the tent, followed by his senior staff and Von Try and his senior staff. Welcome to Val Zhou Zai, the two-legged amphibian-like creature says as they enter the tent. Thank you. I am Fleet Admiral Sir Stephen Spears, Planet Earth. I represent as a moderator between you and the Alliance here. This is my Alliance representative, Gray Gotham Try. We wish to make peace with you and all other former Imperial worlds. We were once a peace-loving species, Admiral, the creature says. We only want an end to this bloody war, too. Whatever my counterpart wishes, I will agree to, as do the ruling species of this world, the whale. Spelled W-A-L-E. Former whales, under Imperial rule, have been overthrown, and the peaceful, love-wanting faction only wants to see peace. Von Try smiles as they all sit down to talk for 2 hours, and an agreement is made, and the whale and the Alliance are now at peace with one another. Hard to believe that was not needed for this conversation. The whale only want peace now, Stephen says as he stands outside the tent with Rena, his chief of staff. I know, Stephen, but who knew what we'd be facing when we entered the system? The war is over here for now. But out there are more worlds loyal to the former emperor that are willing to settle peacefully as they did here. That is no concern. That is of no concern to us. I only want to get back home to our worlds safely and alive. So we will be going home soon? Rena asks. Yes, I'm a man of my word, Rena. I had to do a lot of editing. I changed some wording. I know you are, Stephen. That is why I would only fight and serve by your side. The feeling is mutual, my friend, Admiral Spears. As a condition of your helping us, I am not going to stop you or your fine fleet from returning to your homes, Von Try says as he walks out of the tent, followed by his staff and the amphibian. Thank you, Ambassador, Stephen says, nodding. You shall be accepted back on board my ships as my guest, along with your staff. Thank you. Honored. Von Try says as both men shake hands. And it is an honor to meet beings from another spiral other than our own, the amphibian says. Till recently, my people in my spiral, as you call it, had no idea that we could travel to this spiral in so short a span of time. 18 hours from our spiral to yours and back. Steven says, normally, even at maximum jump speed, it'll take centuries to reach the outer reaches of this spiral. But then we found our version of the eye, our own version of the eye, as you call it, in the smaller cloud that you see near our spiral. I'll board the shuttle for the ride to the Hornet. It's nothing but chatter all the way as people talk of the peace now ruling the Andromeda Galaxy, a peace that finally took centuries to reach, but is finally here. Steven sits on the flight deck with the pilots and crew as they land on Hornet's flight deck and are towed below decks to be greeted by friends and crew as the former Imperial fleets are slowly being dismantled. The gates leading to other universes are being shut down and permanently closed. Okay, a small band of musicians strikes a formal greeting for the ambassador as he walks down the ramp, followed by his staff and then Steven and his own staff, while Hannah and Rena call all assembled to attention and the hangar deck as he stands at the shuttle bay entrance. Shuttle entrance. I should change that. Yeah, sorry. Hannah rushes up and whispers in his ear, Steven, we have picked up another world that looks unusual in its dimensions and content. What is it? He asks. Its surface seems to be all metallic, with a breathable atmosphere, run by robots of some sort. Hannah says, they wish to make contact with the commander of our fleet, sir. On my way, Hannah. Where is this world? It seems to orbit this star or opposite to this world's orbit. Steven returns to the bridge and sees a humanoid-looking creature that is made of a strange metallic material that flexes like human skin. I am Fleet Admiral Steven Spears, commanding this fleet. Bowing. I am Psi Bota leader, Gom Bai, and the Psi Bota Consortium, the creature says, his voice metallic sounding. We only knew whales in this world. How'd you hide from the Alliance? We can mask our world from view of others, but we have heard of the defeat of the Imperium and wish to make peace with the Alliance, as we have come out of hiding now. Where are you contacting us from? Steven asks. Right? I'm on a vessel en route to your fleet. Our weapons are disarmed. Allow this vessel to land on the flight deck. Aye, sir, Rena says as Steven rises to his feet to meet the newcomers. She then sat in his seat. Steven stood on the hangar deck as a cube-shaped vessel was towed into the hangar bay, and a strange diamond-shaped hatch opened and a ramp slid out to its end, resting on the deck. A tall beam rolls out of the interior on two metallic legs that shimmered in the overhead lights. It looks human enough, but it has the looks of a robot with some sharp edges and what appears to be wings on its back. The beam is foot taller than Steven too. Crazy, isn't it? I have gone by the design of the Psi Bota Consortium. I come in peace, the being says. I am Fleet Admiral Steven Spears. Welcome, Steven says, bowing out of respect. We only want peace here, sir. Bai says. We offer peace to your race and all races in this spiral. We call this a galaxy, as Steven says, nodding. I have monitored your transmissions and understanding you come from our neighboring spiral. Their word for galaxy, as you can probably guess. We understand that you come from that galaxy, as you call it, and that you wish to return to it in peace. We only want peace with our new allies. We will not stop your fleet in flying races. Return to your home spiral. That is not with me, sir, Steven says, nodding. And being sent to your spiral to represent my races as well. My race as well. Do you need accommodations for you and your staff? No. I can shut down anywhere. I do not need sustenance. I also do not need a staff, as you say. Bai says, nodding. I have my own means of sustaining myself, as do my own people behind him inside the vessel. He sees no other creature. It is empty. The interior is lined with diamond plate walls and has no seats. My race lives in harmony with our environment on Gaibot, pronounced Zybot, Zybots, our homeworld. We also do not need a power source to keep operating. We have living humanoid organs. We do consume fluids to maintain ourselves every so often. Welcome to my fleet, Ambassador Dombai. Where do you wish to take up residence on my ship? I will remain in my vessel until we arrive at your homeworld. Of course, my ship has enough accommodations for many species to remain on board in comfort, Steven says as he watches the new ambassador walk up into his ship and return. A large cylinder full of what appears to be oil. This is a special viscous fluid that we use to regenerate ourselves. They all walk up to Steven's private office on the ship. They all sit down and talk about peace between former enemies and new allies. That is it. Chapter 7. 4 pages long. But I thought of the Transformers, but I couldn't do Transformers. I had to do something with the idea for those metallic humanoid creatures. What do you think? I liked it. So sorry, stupid pop up keeps popping up and getting in my way of my screen. But I don't know. I want to show you. I know it's in one of the notebooks, like drawing I did of the whale, as I call it, WALE. Nope, that's my shark. That is a whale, WALE. Human, right there for scale. The arm alone is twice as big as that diver. What do you think? I don't have anything for the amphibian or the humanoid robot, whatever you want to call it. I don't know what to call them. Originally, I didn't even think of bringing this guy into the story. What did I call it? The original idea for it was calling it an evolved whale. Well, it is an evolved whale. I don't have any drawing new stuff that I've drawn recently. I can't come up with any ideas. I mean, just what I maybe I'll draw that clamshell stuff of the creatures. That was chapter 7. Chapter 8 is almost just the last 2 chapters of the book. There's only 8 pages left to read, so I'll read those to tomorrow, as I promised. And there's no chapter 9 brings back an old world that we visited one time. I'm not going to say which book it was in, but I have to say there's going to be some Just gonna get into this thing. But if you enjoyed my book, my reading so far, please give me a thumbs up. If you have any suggestions, put them in my comments. If you didn't like it, please. I don't know, it's not gonna hurt my feelings if you didn't. Just if you have any comments or suggestions I can improve on, put them in. I try to read all the comments I get. I promise there's no feeling hard feelings towards anybody to give me bad comments. I'll look at them, I'll read them. And if it's something I can improve upon, I will do that. Do my best to improve it. But that's it for today. Thank you, my friends. I'll see you tomorrow, and I will read the last two chapters tomorrow. I promise. Goodbye, everyone. God bless. And I'll see you tomorrow, 3 o'clock, usual time.